Hey guys, welcome back to the Mandala Marvels. Today I'm going to create this beautiful design with white, orange and shades of golden yellow. Because of the design pattern with yellow dots inside and orange races outside, name of this design is Sunburst. I have taken this tea light holder. I have painted the base with a black chalk paint. This one. I've dried it and kept it ready. Now we are going to make a dot mandala in this. The tools I'm going to use is these emboss dotting tools, flat tools. I also have some more. I'll take them out once I need them. And we are going to do this with orange, yellow and white color. We're going to make some different shades of orange and yellow, and we're going to make a design. I have the initial steps in my mind, but let's see what we make ahead. We are going to start with this stencil, placing the stencil at the center. I've taken this stencil from Happy Dotting Company. I am getting a lot of queries asking from where to get the base. So I make this base myself. I have the molds for it and I make it myself. And if you want to buy from me, you can reach out to me at the Mandala Marvel Instagram account. We also deliver decorated pieces. You will find a list of decorated pieces. A few of them I've listed, few of them I have not. But if you DM me, I'll let you know the list, and that is where you can buy it from. Or if you just want the base, we also deliver that. But the markings are ready. Now I'll start with making yellow color. First series of dot that I want to make is just with white color. So I'm going to take some white color here. I'm going to take the smallest flat tool. And I'm going to start placing dots on the markings. Remember to rest your arm completely while placing the dots. Even when you are taking the color, remember to first rest your arm and take exactly same amount of color every time you dip your tool. And similarly, when you are placing the dots, also rest your arm, take support and then place the dots and give equal pressure to each and every dot, so your dots look pretty similar. I'm going to keep the white as it is. I'm taking this yellow color. I'm also taking some more yellow color because I am going to need it for the next round. At that time I do not again want to wash my brush. And now I take this white color. I want it to look like a transition, so I'm going to take a little bit good amount of white color. Ideally you should have sufficient color, especially when you are making your color. And if you think that you're going to run out of the color or you like this shade, you may use it in the future. You can just take a stroke of the same color with the help of a brush on a white paper and just write besides it the amount of colors that you have mixed. do it on the white paper because each base the shade looks different. So I have taken tool number 0 to make the dots, and I'm going to place the dots in between the two white dots. They appear to be very small, so I'm changing to tool number 1, flat tool, and then placing the dots in between. Your first round of dots are always the most important ones because that will define how and how much spacing you will get for your second and the next dots. So if you find that you have made some mistake, you can just wipe it off and redo it, and be very careful in your first round of dots. These last two dots are not correct, so I'm just going to quickly get rid of them. I'm using the Q-tip, wetting it up and removing the excess and then wiping it off. Guys, it really dries off quickly, acrylic color, so be quick. If you find some mistakes, just correct it then and there, and once it's dried off, you can place your dots. Next step, we are going to use this yellow color and a bigger dotting tool. The consistency of the color will also determine how your dots look. My yellow color is a little dried, because of which my dots, they look really pretty, but they do not have that smooth surface which usually the dots have. See what I did here? I knew that I could not fit both the dots, so I had put a very less pressure on this one, and I had given 100% pressure for this one, so they all look equidistant now. I want to make flowers, so quickly counting the dots. So I have 32 dots, so I can make my flowers at equal distance. So what I'm going to do is take some orange color. I'm taking some yellow orange color. I'm taking the same tool, tool number 2, same as the last yellow color which I did, and I'm going to place dot in between the two dots. I missed recording this next step, so just letting you know that I have placed dots at alternate gaps. You see there are some bubbles here, and we can get rid of them only when it's wet. So take the safety pin and just pop the bubbles. I did not do this for the light yellow color, and that's why there are a lot of bubbles in there, but I'm going to leave it as it is now. Alright, now I'm going to take tool number 2. Guys, remember to write numbers if you're not sure of the sizes. You always don't have to figure out. Okay, and now we are going to make running dots. If you're not confident, just try out the running dots for one dot, and then if you're not happy, you can change the tool, or you can get rid of those dots and redo them. Even while making the running dots, you have to make sure of what angle your hand is at, or it might happen that few of the dots are towards something like this. You see the left petal is a little bit outside as compared to the others because my angle wasn't correct. And now because I spoke with you, my color dried, so the dot doesn't come properly. So clean your brush, take some color again and redo it. With the help of running dot, you can do many patterns, but doing petals is one of my favorites. It really looks very beautiful when you do dot mandala petals. I would love to cover a few more patterns using running dots in upcoming videos. I'll use again tool number 2, but for the main dot I'll let it dry. I'm going to give 100% pressure, right, and same here for all the dots. If I use this same tool right now for my running dots, then it will not give me the incrementally small petal effect which I want. So now I'm taking again the same tool, but now I'll take very less color, just this much, right, and I'll make the running dots. I think I really like the petal design in dot mandala. Guys, remember to rest your arm properly while making the dots, even running dots. Be in that position, hold your tool perpendicular so you get proper dots, circular dots and not oval shaped. Next we are going to make a swoosh. Let's see, I'm going to place it here. I want it to be a little bigger. And I'll take my tool number, back side of tool number 2, and I'm going to pull it towards this center. I have used dotting tool number 5 to place the dot. The consistency of the color also plays a very important role while making these bushes. Orange is a little thick, the one that I'm using, so I think because of which it is pretty easy for me to create this thick bushes, and it is giving a beautiful look. This is done for now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it to dry out, because the orange color that I have used, the quantity is very much high, and if I try and do something else right now, there are high chances that I might spoil it. So let's keep it for drying, and once it's dried out, we'll do the rest. This is dried. It is not 100% dried yet. It will take some more time, but it is dried to that level that I will not damage it if I am doing some other designs. I'm going to make some running dots around this orange wash. So I'll again take tool number tool. I'm not going to dip it completely, just as much as required, and I'm going to just place one dot. Can you see I have left some good amount of space there, because the kind of shape that I want to give is a little different than what we have given till now. Also, I will match the size of this dot and this dot as I want them to be same. I don't want to have 2 petals of running dots, so I'm going to take this light yellow color, and I'm again going to do a running dot around this, and I'll use the same technique, same 2 number brush, 2 number tool, sorry. I'm going to take a lot of color, right, just like we did for the earlier one, and place a dot close up this time. I'll just try to keep the tea light holder in such a way that you can see what I'm doing. But guys, when you are doing this, ensure that you are holding the tea light holder properly, your colors are dried out and you are taking some support, or else your hands will start paining, and it's not a good place to be at. You should do dot mandala in a very relaxed mode. So whatever is comfortable to you, do in that way. Now I'm going to take some yellow color. I'll have to retake yellow color, and I'm going to make another petal of running dots, and this time with the tool number 3. So while making running dots, I have observed that you should not directly use tool number 3 till the end, because the effect that a running dot gives by tool number 1 and 2, that effect does not come with tool number 3. So we take tool number 3, we'll make 2 dots. I'll show you like this. A dot here, one dot here, one here. Then we'll take tool number 2 and we'll make rest of the running dots. I'll have to keep it down. Right. This is how we are going to do it. How big you want the dots to be would also depend upon your surface. For a tea light holder, the surface is a little small, so I'm not using big dotting tools. There are sets available for big dotting tools as well, which you may use on a bigger surface. So for a smaller surface, I am using tool number 2 for the final touching of the running dots. I missed these 2 petals, so again using tool number 3 and then using tool number 2 for the running dots. So this is done. Now I know that I have some space here, and I also want to use a little bit of more orange, so I'm going to make bushes here with orange color. I'll be taking 4 number tool. I'll not start with that because they are a little bit more wet. Right, and then I'm just going to pull it with the same tool. For making bushes, you have to ensure to take sufficient color, or else you won't be able to reach to the end. You'll run out of color in midway. I think you guys are not able to see, but I'm not able to make my bushes properly if I hold up the tea light holder. After this step as well, I'm going to let it dry for a while before doing the next steps. This is completely dried off now. It's been 24 hours. So now I'll just quickly give up the finishing touch. I think this is looking very beautiful. I would not want to give any other colors over it or a 3D effect or anything. I'll just finish it up with the dots throughout. When I'm placing the dots, I just like to be focused, so I tend to explain you the steps while I'm taking the color or before I start making the dots. And so when I'm placing the dots, I tend to take it in a time lapse. And if you guys feel that you want to see each and every step in detail in the normal speed, do mention that in the comment. Once this is completely dried off, we are going to cover it with varnish. Varnish helps prevent the dots with any kind of damages, and it also helps to easily wipe off with a wet cloth. So I have these two done and dried off. I'm going to use this spray varnish. It's easy to use this. I'm using it for the first time. If you have any kind of allergies, dust or asthma or anything else, please wear a mask while doing it, as it's a spray. And I'm taking this brush and quickly drying it off. Usually people just leave it as it is, but I'm not sure. I'm using it for the first time, so I do not want to take any chances. Guys, ensure to cover the edges. At times it happens that you might miss and there will be some gathering of varnish or colors if you are doing the base. So ensure to cover your edges properly. Just check them before it dries off. Once this is completely dried off, ensure to flip it and then do the back side as well. Keep a soft cloth, scarf or a towel below when you are doing the back side so that your dots don't get damaged. Our sunburst yellow, orange and white tea light holders are ready. If you have liked my design, give me a thumbs up and do comment, share and subscribe to my channel, The Mandala Marvels. Thank you guys.